Hey everybody, this is Matt with Altcoin Buzz. Today we are going to talk about my perspective on EOS and is it going to replace Ethereum? That's what you guys want to know. Why are we doing this? Because the Altcoin Buzz Army said top community coins for the week have been narrowed down to Cardano, Neo, EOS, and VeChain. So we're going to talk about EOS. We want to find out what's going on with it, where they at. I want you to see a couple things that maybe you're not getting a look at. Now, for everyone who is new to the space, I know that you're overwhelmed with information. There's so much going on in crypto right now that I just can't take it for granted that you know about EOS. So, quick video for all you who already know you're involved in this. It's still good because this gives us a launching pad for what we're going to talk about. So watch this video real quick.
EOS is a decentralized autonomous corporation that is designed to allow people to build decentralized applications. It allows them to build them, host them, and govern them.
It's our first open source software. And so it allows developers to build a blockchain. And it's a programmable blockchain that allows you to deploy applications without having to have any servers. And that's just the beginning of what EOS can enable.
Right now, we're kind of at a roadblock. We have all these ideas and things that we want to actually produce, but the existing platforms do not allow us to get to a live environment. We can develop, we can get ready, but we can't actually put it into produce. So if you take a look at Steemit, if you wanted to put that on a public blockchain like Ethereum or Bitcoin, it would be looking at something around $100 to $200 million a year just to host the likes associated with that social media network.
Remember that.
EOS is unique in the blockchain industry because it's the first platform designed from the ground up for scalability, which means we can support millions of transactions per second with sub-second latencies.
We're closing a huge gap between what we know is capable with this industry and what existing platforms are capable of now. With Ethereum and Bitcoin, you're looking at 2 to 20 transactions a second, 5 to 6 million US dollars a day. So we're really looking at 10, 20 US dollars per transaction and very limited throughput. EOS completely changes that. In addition to being parallel, it allows for millions of transactions per second and over 50,000 transactions per thread. We
the big one.
The price of a transaction from something like $10, $15 per transaction to a 5,000th of a cent. So what it really is doing is it's allowing mainstream adoption of blockchain because for the first time businesses can actually build an enterprise scale application.
It's the first blockchain technology that can support real world use cases serving millions of users. Up until this point, we've been dealing with technology that's been very exciting, creating new currencies, but just hasn't had the throughput to enable the massive decentralization.
All right, guys, you can watch the rest of that for yourself. Again, you might have been in this from last year, from the get-go, from EOS's beginning. That might not be news to you. None of that might be news to you, but it gives us a frame as for why. Why EOS? Why is it going forward going to be something that's integral? And you guys know, as I have talked about this, and Sash has talked to you about ICOs, and if you heard discussed on the channel, team and development are the number one areas for these companies. As you are looking at these and you're getting involved in crypto, you want to know, is this going forward something that's going to be bigger next year or something that's going to be just a flash in the pan, a good idea? And I wanted you to focus in on the team on that video. You can go watch the rest of that video, by the way, on eos.io. And we were going to look at team, and we're going to look at their roadmap or their development. And I'm going to give you my perspective on why I think this is going to be good. Now, we're doing this because you guys asked for it. So we know you're interested. Now, is this because you're interested in things that are just going to go up in the next month or two? You just want a little pop for the beginning of the year in your investment? Are you in this for a year or two or three, as I talk about a lot? So for either one of you, you're going to see their roadmap and where they're at by going on their website. So go on their website, click on roadmap right here, and they will give you a very detailed roadmap. You can look at what's going on this next quarter, the quarter after that, the on into next year, and you can decide for yourself where you're at in the equation. I'm taking it from a long-term perspective that over the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to change the world. All right, what did they say on the video? First off, you got to know on the team. Do they have a team behind them that is going to carry them throughout the next couple years and change blockchain? One of the biggest problems is scalability. Dan Larimer, if you guys don't know, was original in BitShares. Then Steemit, which you know how big of fans we are of Steemit, or I am. I run the Steemit part of Altcoin Buzz, so I'm all about it. Now, on Steemit, they solved a few things with social media with this. They took that to the next level with EOS and said, you heard him in the video, we're going to build this to handle the kind of volume that the amount of likes you would require when you're putting social media on the blockchain. So you heard him. Millions of transactions per second. So let's get a perspective, first off, on those amount of transactions per second. I took you to this yesterday or day before on bitinfocharts.com. Here's your top ones, okay? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Dash, and Monero. Those are your top ones right now and again, this is according to market cap, but I'm looking at it on transaction volume. Transactions in the middle of the screen here in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin's run off 180,000. Ethereum, 800,000. 24 hours. So let's get a perspective here. EOS is trying to fix transactions per second to take blockchain into a mainstream situation like likes on social media. So it's a scalability problem for Ethereum to handle this because they can only do 800,000 in the last 24 hours. And then transaction average per hour on Ethereum, 33,000. Now, again, you're going to have to hang on for the end whether I think that EOS is going to take over Ethereum. And just, I'll give you my last final take on it. But let's just compare apples to apples. Transaction volume right here. Look at it for yourself every day. Check out this site. Keep aware of where this is going because this is a bottleneck in crypto right now in blockchain. Everybody knows this. Because of this, the price of transaction goes up. The more transactions you're trying to cram it in there, well, the price of these and the fees have to go up. You heard him. To handle that, you'd have 200 million a year to run Steemit on the Ethereum blockchain. So they're addressing scalability, and we're addressing it with a team that's been a long time in it. And we've already done videos on EOS. You can look at the team, you can look at the development, you can look at the website for yourself. I am giving you the perspective of where this is going with the transaction problem, with solving this, and how we can take this and use EOS to go mainstream on this. Okay, here you go. Ripple. Here's the biggie. 1 million transactions in the last 24 hours. Good, but they want to handle a lot more than that in EOS. Average transactions per hour, 41,000. Very respectable. More than Ethereum. And then it just goes from there. You can see it on that. We just have, Bitcoin Cash. We have Litecoin, Dash, and Monero on all those. All those in the less than 100,000. Even Litecoin, 56,000 average in the last 24 hours. So does it solve that problem? EOS, that's what you want to know. Could this mean that this decentralized application, when things are built on this, that you could have this going to large amounts of people? Mass adoption. What we focus on here is mass adoption. And again, for your investment, I'm not going to do a price prediction on EOS. I am asking you, do you think a year from now that EOS will be bigger for mainstream adoption, or do you think it will be smaller? That's the big question to ask yourself. Bigger or smaller as you're going in this. Now, you can choose, if you're in this for a couple months, you can choose whether you're in this for a couple years. I tell you all the time on these videos, I will tell you what I'm in. I have been in EOS since almost the beginning, and I will hold my EOS position. I will add to my EOS position. Okay, so here we go. We're on transaction size, but then on team. I want to know, is money flowing into this project? Now, you can go to their website, eos.io, and you could all look at all their recent announcements. I want to know, is there activity? Is there development activity? Is there investment? Are there people going into this? One of the ones you want to highlight, is right here. Mike Novogratz Fund. They just announced this, and it's on EOSIO on Medium Post and off their website. You can link to it. Block.one and Mike Novogratz Galaxy Digital announced the joint venture for new $325 million EOS.io fund. This was originally published on Steemit in January 24. Now, this is cool because Dan Larimer and the development of BitShares and then Steemit and now this project, they're putting everything on Steemit. I'm going to take you to that. We'll just go out over here to Steemit, and you can see that, well, I didn't even pull it up. But if you go to Steemit and you put in Dan, you put in EOSIO on Steemit, you're going to get all the latest information, everything that's going on Steemit. I linked out to this Medium post because of that. But $325 million, follow the money. More money going into this from Mike Novogratz and this fund. They're going to deploy capital in this. Now, on the development side, they hired Richard Young, former CEO of BitThumb. If you don't know about that, look BitThumb up. They joined Block.one as head of Korea. You guys know the volume that comes from South Korea. Huge amount of volume. He's joined Block.one to lead the development of the EOS.io community in Korea. These are the kind of things I look for. Now, you can look at his background with Merrill Lynch. You can look at his fintech background. Again, avail yourself to this. If you are in a project and you've got your money invested in this, you need to know this. Are they following up on their roadmap? Now, just because I'm done with the video, I'm going to click that roadmap for you and look. Pull up their roadmap. This is from mid-17 of last year. Very extensive. This comes to you on GitHub, so you can look at that. They're phase 117. Now, my perspective on these companies, this doesn't just go for EOS, but any of them that you look at, are they executing on their roadmap? That's what I want to know. Minimum viable test network, fall of 17. Did they execute on that? Winter of 17, spring of 18. This is the phase that we're in right now. And you want to know what's the development activity? I'm so glad you asked. Let's go out to CoinCheckup. And this is how you can know these things are going on. So first off, let's look at the global picture as EOS is happening in crypto. So I'll take you out to that first. Let's go overview of all the markets. And, on this video, we're global market cap right now of $500 billion at this point. But EOS, as far as that goes, is in the number 9 spot on market cap globally. Let's check the 24-hour volume. Let's see where it's at in that position. Do we have good volume on EOS right now? Is this a time where volume is going to be in your favor for getting involved in this? And we're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. EOS is in the 8th spot on trading volume today. We are at 970. And just, things are slightly up right now. Volatility is down overall on the markets. It's a little bit, compared to normal, it's down a little bit lower. We're just consolidating at this level. This is a good thing. But over the last 7 days, up 7%. Now, if I'm getting involved in an investment, I want to know, is there plenty of trading volume, or is this going to be too thin? Am I going to have problems getting in and out of this? Well, on EOS, of course, with this trading volume here, you have 24-hour being 237 million. Hey, no problem getting in and out of this. So we're going to use coincheckup.com. You guys know how I do this. But if you're new to this, you've never seen this before, this is a great place for you to start to dive into a company. And I'll show you my perspective on EOS using this. And click on the one that you want, the underlying EOS. Or remember that you can always type it in up there at the top, and it'll search. It'll tell you, what's out there for EOS, and then you can click on it from there. But I won't worry about. There we go. See that? We'll click on it and go in there. It'll tell you what category or sector that they're in. Of course, they're building a platform for decentralized application on top of this. So you can find out what else is in this category by going to this. But I want to know on the investment tab right here. It's been around for 8 months. I want to know on my investment, what's the maximum amount? If I'm going to put money into this, what can I expect for a maximum drawdown in one day? Are you able to tolerate this risk of 45% drawdown in one day? If you're okay with this and you know it can flex that way, okay, we're going forward on this, because I have the team fixed. I know about the team. I know about their development and their roadmap and that they're going. And then I want to know for my investment, who cares if all that works, but yet I can't tolerate tomorrow if my portfolio going down 40% on this particular crypto. I'm pretty okay with that, as you guys know. You may not be. You may only tolerate a 20%. Who knows? But you got to decide for yourself. But maximum growth in a day being 143%. I like this. This is the risk to reward. This is about a 3 for 1, 4 for 1 on a drawdown or go up per day. Now that doesn't guarantee that anything's going to happen, but are you ready for that? Are you prepared for that? You guys know on coincheckup.com, they have all the links to all the company's social media, their white paper, everything up here, easy to click on. We're not going to worry about predictions, but I do want to look at exchanges trading EOS, and you can find out where you're going to pick that up. Do you use these exchanges? Of course, it's everywhere, no doubt. We're not going to go into the purpose tab here because that's what the video is for. And you can watch Dan Larimer talk about this in May 17. This is a great video, and you can find the purpose about this. And then here, look, link to the roadmap. Very nice. Love how this is organized. This is what we want to get to. Latest news, latest development. What's going on in this world? Go on Twitter, follow Dan Larimer, follow EOS. Find out if there's activity, and here's your clue on development. Over the past few weeks, he released this article on Medium telling you what's going on. It's hard on EOS because there's so much and it's so high quality. I feel it's a gold standard for a developer and a head tech guy and their team for giving out information. It's just a gimme at this point here. But you do have, when you go into the news tab, you have 2 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 13 hours ago. When you're running news in hours instead of days in crypto, that's saying something right there. Now, of course, other ways that you can go to all the links of the company, they have that listed here on helpful resources tab. And what I want to know is go back to this investment tab. I skipped over this so quick. You guys asked in the chat, you asked Blockchain J, you asked, how can we know about VC information and what they go on? You can use this tab on Coin Checkup and you can find out the basic questions that angel investors and venture capital firms are asking of this company, and have they been addressed on here. We can go on, I'm going to go back to analysts. This is something else that I skipped over so fast that I didn't share this part with you. On the analysis tab on this, you can dive into why they give this this algorithmic score that they grade all these companies. EOS has a score of 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now, that's how they grade it here. But why are they grading? Why are they giving this quick analysis? Why are they talking about the open communication, the team strength, product, coin, business company strength, brand awareness, advisory board, and activity on social media? Why do they give it these grades? Go to this tab, and then you can see why and start opening these up. Do they have all their social media channels? Well, yeah, of course. They get 70 points for that. Can you contact them? Yeah. But you guys can look all this up for yourself, but I'm going to go down to team strength. I want to find out why they're only given on this website a team strength of 39% on this, because team strength on EOS, if you're asking me, is pretty huge. They give them 10 points. If these CEOs, COOs, executive leads, co-founders have managed multi-million-dollar companies. Well, we know with BitShares and Steemit, yes, they get a 10 for that. All right, we have a tech lead manage $1 million projects. Yes, Dan Larimer. There you go. Why are we only giving it 8 out of 15 points on the executive lead years of experience, because this drags them under. Years of experience as a CEO or COO. They're only getting half that at a 4 because 1 to 3 years. A lot of these people, because the crypto space is so young, they're never going to get a 15 because you got to go 10 plus years. Well, Satoshi will get a 15. So I don't know. That kind of drug them under on that. They only get 3 years of experience as a CTO. They're only getting a 1 on that because of this. 1 to 3 years gets a 3. Well, all right. So this will help you deep dive into the strength of the team. The advisory board, they're getting nothing on that. Their biography on the website for each board member, yes or no? No. Do most of the advisory board members on the team have links to their social media? They're getting a no on that. EOS, you can find these guys. You can find out who's on the project. And just as you saw here on Mike Novogratz going in and the announcement on that, you can absolutely find all that out on this company. Again, I want to know, is this stuff easily accessible? There it is on Medium. Go to Medium, go to Steemit. You're going to get everything from Dan Larimer and this whole team and the news. So many people are watching this. Like I said, it's a gimme. It's a gimme on that. Okay, so here we are. Coin facts and figures. You can find out all the actual details on the coin. But this is the tab I want. This is a new thing on Coin Checkup. The GitHub activity, the development. And this is very nice. Very nice, because they'll give a chart on this. You can click on these and find out about all the commits on GitHub. This is development. I shared this with you on another video. You could look at it on Crypto Miso. But while you're in here on Coin Checkup, go into this. We talked about it on the Saturday live show. And compare the development activity over the course of the last year on EOS. This is the GitHub repository. Remember, pay attention to collaborators and contributors and the amount of commits. We have a lot here in February. This is current week, February 8th. Look at this. The 11th to the 18th week, 149 commits. And you got to move. They even put a nice little moving average line on this. So you know, in terms of what you're doing, what's the moving average for the amount of development activity. And then this is another tab that's up here, Google search trends. I do like this. Who's all talking about this? What's the buzz? What's happening with this company? You can pull this and go to Google search. And then I would look at this over the course of the last year. This is going back to March of 17, so almost a year. You can find out in terms of, is there people out there searching for this on Google and trying to find it? A couple more things over here, because although this all sounds good on team, it sounds good on development. I like the roadmap. You want to know, is this a good time to get in? Well, you have to decide that for yourself on your risk tolerance. But what I'm going to tell you is that use the rule of 1 year, 2 years, because of EOS's roadmap. They are going to launch, and we're just going to go out here. Let's look at the events. EOS events and roadmap. It's the last tab over here on Coin Checkup. And this is nice, courtesy of CoinMarketCal.com. Again, should be listed on their website. But you can find out what's going on in their roadmap. You can pull these stories. One of their, here, this is the guy you saw in the video, co-founder. He's presenting at the Token 2049 event in Hong Kong, scheduled for March 2021. Well, is there going to be some announcements? Are you going to be able to see some things going on with their roadmap? EOS Dawn 3.0. Dawn 3.0 code is still in early alpha. It will not be available to public testnet until the end of Q1 of 18. Well, that's coming up soon. Are they going to announce something on this? Let's look at the next one. EOS FinX, a decentralized exchange. This is on the calendar for December 30th. So I'm going to take this into account of what I just showed you. And I'm going to say your perspective ought to be past December 30th of 18, because this is what you want. For transaction volume, you want to know, is this going to go mass adoption mainstream? And are you comfortable with waiting till EOS solves that problem to go big amount of transactions, and that puts you on their roadmap at approximately in phase 3, winter 17, spring 18, phase 4, fall of 18. A stable 1.0 product release, moving toward optimization code for parallel execution. Go back here if you're going to get that crazy on it. Go to their all tab on their website and find out the alpha announcements on the code. Find out what these guys are saying, and you want to wait until they've solved this problem. It can get into something mainstream like Steemit. I want to know about the track record. Yes, Steemit is growing. Steemit is working. They are solving those problems on social media on Steemit, and they're taking that and going to the next level with this. So this is the moment you've all been waiting for on this, because you asked, you narrowed it down this. You want to know about EOS, and is it going to take over Ethereum? And when? I say it's going to be, they're both going to do great. Sorry, but I think both of them are going to grow. They're both going to get huge. The space is going to get huge, and there's going to be different use cases for each one. They're going to function great. They're going to function just like they are. Is it going to take over Ethereum? I think both these companies, Ethereum and EOS, are going to take over. They're going to go mainstream adoption and get into these spaces and solve these transaction issues and bottlenecks and get to these million transactions per hour, million transactions per second, the ability to scale and handle this and solve real world problems. But you need to hang on for a year or two. You need to look at the roadmap. If you're okay with that, I think this is a great time to get in it. You make the call, you make the judgment. We're not doing any price prediction here. But again, I am in this. I'm in this. I think it can change everything that's going on in crypto. All right, that's been a long one. This is the Steemit page I told you about with Dan. Go on his, because of course the founder of Steemit on here, and pull open his. Go to Steemit, get you an account, follow them. We follow them at Altcoin Buzz. We want to find out what's going on this project. They give you development updates, multi-index API, context-free actions, newer interpreter, and it's just right there. 3 days ago on this news, there's nothing hidden. This is what you want to know on a company if you're going to get involved with it. Okay, guys, thanks. If you are new to the channel, remember, you can go here to the Altcoin Buzz. Pull open all the videos. Go to the search. You can find out about EOS. Have we done videos on this? Type that in right there. Use us for your research tools. Look at all these videos. Look, Jeff did a bunch of videos on these. Every one of these has EOS in it. So go back, find out where you've been. Oh, there's news by Shaylin. He was talking about this 3 weeks ago. All right, find that out. Hit the subscribe button, please, if you're new to here, and ring this bell for notifications so you get a new video like this every time it drops. Please avail yourself to all our social media. And if you like this video, type in the comments. Tell me if you like this perspective, and we will do more of this. It really helps us and lets us know what you guys need, because we are listening to you. See, that's why this happened. Which one is the biggest? These are your top 4. And so the team is putting out videos on these because that's what you guys want to know. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.